Hi everyone, I'm going to walk you through editing your wedding invitation templates in Corjl, talk to you about what you can and can't change and how to get the most out of this. What's really cool is that Corjl has a demo link so you can actually try any of our designs before you purchase, and then when you're ready to purchase, all of your changes will automatically be uploaded into your account, which is really fun. So first, scroll through our invitation templates section of our Etsy shop, designbylaney.etsy.com, and then choose which template you are interested in looking at. And you can see all the different pieces that are included in each template. You can learn a little bit more about the process, etc. So in each template design description, you'll find this demo link. And when you put that into your browser, you'll be taken to basically the exact same editing platform that you'll get after you purchase everything. And then whenever you're ready to buy now, you can buy now. It will take you back to Etsy to purchase, and then all the changes you make here will automatically be in your account. It's so easy. So you can basically see what it's going to look like before you buy anything. You just won't be able to download anything. So let's talk about what you're able to change and what you're not able to change. So when you log in, you'll see all the different pieces that are included with your suite. There will also be an instructions tab. It's just not here on the demo, that will give you a breakdown of some of these things, as well as some places that we love to print these items. You can change anything that is a font or kind of a graphic element. Think of like a circle, a scallop, any kind of shape. But if it's a watercolor element, you won't be able to necessarily change the colors of it. So as an example, these pink florals on this watercolor will not be able to change that. You can get rid of that frame if you want or move it, but you won't be able to adjust the watercolors because that's just hard to do. However, for this one, you are going to be able to change things like the outside color. So this has a rectangle, and if you click over here into style, then you can change the fill color to anything you want it to be. So let's change it to this nice pink color. You can change things like the opacity, you can make it a gradient, you can add a drop shadow. There's a lot of things you can do over here to this rectangle. This shape is a little more customized, so you can't do everything that you can do there, but you definitely can change the color of it. So if you want the inside to be a shape and the outside to be white, or if you want it to be two different colors, you can absolutely do that. For this one, I do recommend keeping it white, but it's completely up to you. I'm sure a lot of you have some really creative design ideas, and I love to see what y'all do with these designs. Now, each of the layers over here, you can either lock it so that it can't be moved again, which is really helpful to do to the background layers when you're editing the text. You can also delete layers if you're not interested in some of them. So if you don't want that background layer on there, then you absolutely don't have to. And then you could potentially change this one, just the scallop color, to a color. So that could be a really fun option for you as well. You can use Control-Z to undo things as well, just as you can in a lot of editing platforms. Now, I've created the text boxes to be really easy for you to change. So you can just click on the layer that you're interested in changing. They correspond directly with the text that's on here. So it says together with their families. You can change that if you want. We know we're going to change the names on every single one. So let's say we're doing Harriet Stevens is the new name. And now that looks a little bit big. So here we are, we're going to change the size of this font to size 22 instead. And then maybe we want to do that with the other pieces that are corresponding to the names as well. You can move these things around. You can get rid of them. You can change the color, of course, depending on what colors match your event. There's so many different possibilities to take this one design and really customize it. And then you'll see a ton of fonts. I try to give you lots and lots of font options. And there's even some fonts that I design myself. So you can't actually access these in any other templates anywhere because they are proprietary just to Design by Laney templates. And this is one example of them, this demo font 14. So let's say we want to use 14. What size was that? 34. 34. And once we have this color, we can actually click add color, and it will go ahead and add it to our design so that when we try to change the other pieces to match that color, it's really easy and it's right there for us. I'll select all of these additional text boxes because now I want them all to be that blue color. Very pretty. and then change these to demo font 14 and a little bit larger size. The thing about having everything in different text boxes means it's really easy for you to make sure you're not missing anything. We have the date here, we have the time here, we have the location and the address. So there's no chance that you're accidentally going to delete something and miss a really important piece of information on your suite. So now if we want to bring any of those things over to the other pieces of our suite, we can copy and paste them. So I'll just copy this color. And now we go in here. I'm going to select all of the different text boxes here and add this color that we wanted to use. And then you can edit all of the additional pieces of the suite to match those same colors, fonts, everything else that you have picked out for your wedding invitation. You can even do something different here, like making the text white on that blue background instead of keeping it the same as all the other pieces. So when your invitation is ready to go, typically you'll be able to download it. If you have not purchased it yet and you're still on the demo, then you'll click buy now, and this is going to take you back to Etsy to purchase this suite. After you purchase, it'll send you a link within about an hour or two to log in back to your account. You'll see all of those changes there saved for you. Then once your invitation suite is fully ready to go and print, you're going to click download, and this is, I'm only able to log in to my designer account, so it looks a little different, but the download options are going to all be the same. So you can download as a PNG, a JPEG, a PDF, or an SVG. I typically recommend for printing to downloading as a PDF. That's what most printers are going to work best with, and you can choose what size paper you're going to use. So if you want to just print one of these, you can choose the design default size. If you want to print on larger paper, you might be able to print multiples per page. You can uncheck this if you don't want to do that. And then if you want trim marks, then you can click this and it'll give you marks of exactly where to cut your file. If the design bleeds up to the edge of the page, then you want to click show bleeds. What that's going to do is just print a little bit extra of your file so that when you cut it down, if you're not cutting on the exact line every single time, it won't be noticeable. And then I typically recommend flattening the PDF. This is just going to set all of the text and everything so that nothing happens on the back end that will make it look wonky. So I absolutely recommend flattening your PDF. If you need any of these other settings, you can do this, but if you're printing at home, these are the exact settings that I would recommend for printing if you're printing 2 up on an 8.5 by 11 and you want to print multiples per page. When you purchase your file, you'll get a whole printing document that will give you some links to some of my favorite print shops to use, my favorite colored envelope providers. We provide all of our envelope liners in this Euro flap shape, so if you buy envelopes from the providers that we mentioned, those will all fit really well after you cut them out. The last thing that I didn't mention is if you want to upload any of your own images, for instance, some of our save the date designs are perfect for that. You can do that here, or if there's anything that you don't see on here, like you want to add a little flower at the top, you can always upload your own images. You can add additional text boxes, and they can also generate a QR code for you that you can put directly on your invitations, your RSVP card, etc. So these demo links are very powerful. You can basically get your entire invitation designed before you have to purchase anything. Make sure it's exactly what you want it to be. And then if you ever need help with any of your designs, feel free to reach out to me and I can offer some advice. In each listing, we have examples of what you can and can't change in each suite. So you won't be able to change, as a reminder, watercolor elements, but any of the graphic elements, for instance, this frame you can change, this frame you can change, all of the colors on things like this you can change. It's just those watercolor elements that you won't be able to change the color of, but you can move them around, delete them, or adjust them as needed. Here's a great example where you can take the same exact watercolor element and move it around, adjust it, add colors in the background, change the fonts to make it seem like a completely different piece. And in some cases, you might see some different options. For instance, with this one, we do actually have 5 different watercolor flowers that you can choose from. So you can pick which one is going to fit the vibe of your event the best. One more FAQ is a lot of people ask me if you can change this to be a rehearsal dinner, a shower invite, etc. So we always have the full invitation suite with all of the additional pieces, and then we have a listing with just the invitation in it, sometimes the envelope liner as well. So you can change the text to fit whatever event you want. If this is not a wedding, you can change it to say anything that you want. So there's a lot of versatility here, and I'm so excited about these templates. Definitely check out our Etsy shop, which I'll link for you, and go to the invitation templates tab to see all of the different options. We're adding more every single week. Thanks, everyone.